Earlier today, President Trump dropped his latest bomb on immigration, says he's going to be sending tens of thousands of illegal aliens to Guantanamo Bay.
Today, I'm also signing an executive order to instruct the Departments of Defense and Homeland Security to begin preparing the 30,000-person migrant facility at Guantanamo Bay. Most people don't even know about it. We have 30,000 beds in Guantanamo to detain the worst criminal illegal aliens threatening the American people. Some of them are so bad we don't even trust the countries to hold them.
Trump made the announcement before signing the Laken-Riley Act into law. The legislation requires the Department of Homeland Security to detain illegal immigrants accused of certain crimes, including theft-related offenses, assaulting law enforcement officers, or crimes resulting in death or serious injury. With us now, Congressman Glenn Ivey of Maryland, member of the House Homeland Security Committee, voted against the Laken-Riley Act. And I think I'm going to go out on a limb here, but not too far, by saying I'm guessing you are against sending the worst of the worst to Guantanamo Bay. Why?
Well, I'm not sure what the theater of that would be, but the way it has worked now, so when you have an illegal immigrant commit a violent offense, they're prosecuted, go to jail, and after they finish their jail term, they're deported back to where they came from. So the Guantanamo piece, I'm not sure what his plan is for that or why he thinks he needs it, but there's a lot of things that they're proposing right now where they haven't finished out the details. I guess that might be one of them.
Why does it matter, the details? If there's people who've committed violent crimes that their country won't take back, why not send them to Gitmo?
I thought what he had said was that, the countries were taking them back. Now, if the incident with Colombia the other day, I think, ended up Colombia saying they would take them back. Of course, they already had an agreement to take them back anyway. But again, I'm not sure if Guantanamo's needed because I thought what he was saying was he was going to send them back to where they came from.
Okay, so you said something interesting, which is that if people are convicted of a crime, they are then deported. Yet there is a lot of sanctuary cities, and we're learning this is happening all over the country right now. Boston, ICE in Boston arrested an illegal MS-13 gang member charged with firearms and drug crimes. There had been an ICE detainer on him. He was ordered released, and then ICE had to go out and find him once again in the community. So the talking point from Democrats that, oh, if you're a violent felon, you're automatically gone, it may have a semblance in the truth, but in practicality, there's a lot of Democratic cities that don't enforce that. Does that need to change?
Well, I think the way that it works is, at least in the jurisdictions I'm familiar with, if an individual is arrested and he's committed a violent felony and he's been released for that violent felony, well, first of all, the judge would have the option to hold him without bond until the trial takes place. And if he's convicted, then they send him to jail, he serves out his term, and then he's deported. So there would be no point where he would be released. If there's a judge that decides
we can all agree there's sanctuary cities where there are people who are here illegally, who are arrested for crimes, often violent crimes, and they are released and not deported.
Yeah, I don't think that they should be, typically. So if a judge releases someone who's accused of a violent crime, that's kind of on that judge, because normally you would hold someone who's a threat or a danger to the public.
So if this isn't a problem, why is there Laken-Riley Act?
Let me finish real quick. If they're found to be a threat or a danger to the public, under every state law I'm familiar with, and certainly the federal law, the judge has the right to hold them. And in fact, in some circumstances, they're required to hold them until trial. So I know we had some scenarios where people are out. Like we just had one over the weekend. A guy was detained for a DUI. That's not what we're talking about, I don't think.
Thanks for watching. Go to joinnn.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.